If you guys like how I do my chart analysis on YouTube and you want to learn how to do it yourself, click the link below to check out the Vee Trades technical analysis course. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for the Invesco QQQ trust with the ticker symbol QQQ. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So it looks like the market was pretty bullish, but now it kind of wants to reverse and come back down to lows. So before we had this nice pop up, however, we had no follow through because you can see that we had a nice little spike in channel. So this was holding prices very nicely. However, we had this little overshoot on the top side of the channel, which could lead to a breakout on the opposite side, which we did get. But that doesn't mean we're gonna reverse completely and go back down to lows. What we could have gotten was a bounce from the EMA, and then we could have continued much higher. However, you can see that the price action just ignored the EMA. It just did not even bounce. So this does not look good. We did not get that bounce, so it's looking a lot more bearish now that we did not get that bounce. So we could continue lower. So I'm looking for prices to come back down to the lows now. There isn't a lot of support that would be stopping prices on the way back down, so that's why it can easily move down pretty quickly. Is there a possibility for the market just to go back above the EMA somehow and then find some type of support and then continue higher? Well, anything's possible in the market, but we just got to think about probabilities. Technical analysis cannot give you guarantees. It just helps you figure out what is more likely to happen in the market. So since we had a channel working higher and then a breakout side of it and a new high, that could lead to a reversal back down to lows. Another reason why we can go back down to lows is that we had this downtrend channel previously in play before that we have not had a new low of. So normally when we get a breakup side of a pattern, it could fail and we can go back down to the lows in a downtrend. So in this case, we had a downtrend channel. We had the first break of it, which is all these bars over here are outside of the channel. So whenever we start reversing back down, I think traders are attempting or targeting the lows of the pattern, which is right at the 317 level. So again, that's two reasons why we could continue lower, is that we had this nice pop up. However, there was no follow through. We just had a pretty much an impulse and no higher highs or higher lows formation. It was just a strong impulse, and now it looks like we're getting a strong impulse down. So that's one reason why this is looking a lot more bearish than previously thought. Another reason is that this could be a first break of the pattern and we can go back down to retest the lows. And another reason is that we can have a measured move played out or reach. So this would be the first impulse down and this would be the second one, and it's right at the $300 price target. So that's where I'm thinking prices are headed. I think we're not going to stop at that 317 level. I think prices are probably going to break it this time if we get that low, and we're probably going to try to reach that $300 level. So there's three reasons why I'm thinking the prices are going to continue lower. For the bullish case, what would negate my prediction is that we pop up back above the EMA, probably to fill in this gap created by the shorts, and then we find some type of support and we just start making higher highs, higher lows. Well, obviously we're not going to go down lower if we start making higher highs, higher lows, but as of right now it doesn't look likely. The market can do three things. We can go either up, down, or sideways. So which one is it more likely to do? I think it's just more likely to go down. I don't really see a lot of bullish signs right now. And for a sideways case, we could go sideways just a little bit, but you can see that the market has a lot of room to drop down. There isn't a lot of support that was built in the past price action. So that's why I'm thinking we're going to continue lower. I could be wrong, but that's why I give you guys updates. We'll have to see what the market actually wants to do at the end of the day. We have to be reactionary and not just predict these long-term price targets, but it can happen. Traders are definitely looking at these price levels, and if it starts trending lower, you got to look at that 317 level and that $300 price target. If we continue higher, we could probably go back up to retest these previous highs at the 371 level, but I think that's less likely the lower and lower we go. So let's go and wrap this up on the weekly chart. So here we have the weekly chart for the QQQ, and we had a nice spike in channel that was working higher. So this was the spike up, and usually this is too aggressive, meaning the angle is too steep and the price action has to flatten out in order to be sustainable. And that's what happened. We had a nice spike in channel playing for a few years, and then very recently, or the beginning of this year, we had a break outside of the pattern, and now we're in a correction. So it looks like the market is working lower, and it looks like it's trying to come back to that 317 level, or even that $300 price target that I envision that QQQ could reach. So you can see that this candlestick bar right here is very bearish, because this was a green bar, but then towards the end of the week, sellers brought it down and it closed near its low, or the open of this bar. So this is a tail bar or a reversal bar, and you can see that the next week later, which was last week, was red. So people are definitely starting to take shorts. They entered right below this bar. They put their stop losses above this candlestick bar, so if they're wrong, they would get out, because then prices can go much higher. So that's why they have the stop losses right above this swing. So as right now, they're in profit by a good amount, because last week was bearish and it looks like the market is trying to dump hard. So if the dumping and the dropping continues, probably go back down to retest these lows. Maybe we can get a triple bottom, because this was a low right here, this was another low. Maybe we get a bounce back up, and that will be a triple test. Again, that's a maybe. Another thing that we could do is just completely break it and reach that $300 price level that I think prices can reach. We'll have to just wait and see. But as right now, this thing is looking bearish. But at the end of the day, I don't think this is the top either. I still think prices can come back to reach the $400 price levels, because this is the first break of this entire yellow uptrend. So all this stuff right here is the first break of this. So as long as this downtrend plays out, eventually it will, there's still hope for the bulls to push up the market higher. So it's not the end of the day for the bulls either. It's just you have to wait for the correction to play out. And looks like the correction and the short sellers are in play. So this could be a few months before we start seeing a reversal. So we'll have to see what the market wants to do. But other than that, looks like it's gonna be, in my prediction, more lower prices. Probably reach that $300 level, maybe break it just a little bit to reach that maybe 291 level, and then from there we could start seeing higher highs, higher lows form. So that's all I have for the QQQs. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, since you might be surprised on what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel, since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.